Hi guys, just want to share my experience when I can get rid of my timeshare from Westgate Resort. Hopefully, this will be helpful for somebody who wants to get rid of their timeshare or just don't know what to do with their timeshare because it's just overlaps or you're just not paying, and it's bad for your credit record if you're not paying um, what you've signed like as an adult. Anyway, so recently I get rid of my timeshare that I bought back in 2008. So I owned it for about 10 years or so. But I'll tell you later how to get rid of that soon. Because basically, I just want to tell you don't use these two companies or any other company, likely. Because I realized when I bought the timeshare a month later, I want to cancel it and it's too late. So if you just got it within 7 days, I would highly recommend you cancel this, unless if you know what you're doing. But even you know what you're doing, just cancel it because you can buy this timeshare basically for free or just like paying the closing fees. Anyone will give out their timeshare. Not anyone, I guess many people will give out their timeshare for you as long as you help them pay their closing fees, which is around $500 or something, right? So that's an option to get rid of your timeshare. One is to give back to the resort that you will pay around like $500 exit fees. But it could be at least because they will throw like management fees and stuff if they're gonna buy it back, and donate it. You can donate to some organizations. Though recently, when I tried to get rid of mine about 2 years ago, many organizations doesn't want to take it either. Before there are many of them that will take it, but many of them doesn't want to take it anymore, or you need to pay the closing fees anyway. And I would highly suggest the one that, like my experience, which is actually accidentally found out about this. So my cousin is interested to take over my maintenance fee, which is like around 1,500 for a year or for a week. So basically, the rule though for this Westgate, remember, you need to know the rules of your timeshare because I'm not sure if you're not Westgate, then you have your other rules, but they reserve the right to be the first company that taking it over. So in this case, it's my cousin, which is not like my children. So they have the right to take it over if I give it to my cousin for free. So instead of putting it, hey, I'm giving it to my cousin for free, I just like ask my cousin, like put a number on it, like make an offer. And then he made an offer for like 2,000. Of course, the 2,000 that I'm not taking it anyway. It's just like an offer. And then from that offer, Westgate is a week later is like offering the same thing. Like they think like they have the right to take that $2,000 instead of my cousin will take that $2,000. I mean, take the week for $2,000. So I think that's the best solution, in my opinion, if you want to get rid of your timeshare. Just find out your market value, the fair value though. Don't use their overpriced value, because like for my week is like Christmas week guaranteed. That's why I'm paying like quite a lot for that, like 13,000. If you even use this website over here, sell my timeshare, you kind of get a feeling of how much is the timeshare really costs if you really want to get a guaranteed New Year week or like Christmas week, because that's when this Orlando is like fully booked everywhere. So if you want like guaranteed that week, then you need to know how much the price. So after knowing it, I kind of thought like, if I even put like, if my cousin offered me 4,000, I think they will take it and give me the 4,000 instead of 2,000. But just be careful, because if not, then you get nothing, right? Like your cousin will take all the responsibilities of the maintenance, the 1,500 maintenance for the rest of their lives until they donate or they do something else with it. They donate, give back to the resort, or arrange another friends to buy it. But I think that's the best way. The third one, like you ask your friend to help you make a lowball offer so you can get at least some money back. But let me warn you, it will be like around 20%. If you're lucky, maybe like you got 50% back, depending how much you're paying for it. And like I promise, I try not to be biased. I want to give you the pro and cons on this. The cons first. Of course, there are a lot of cons than the pros. The cons is like your precious time. It's like your vacation time or your family time. That like 2 hours, that at least 2 hours that you will spend with them. And that's after you complain that they promise 90 minutes. And then also remember, you have the tax and maintenance fees. For my case, for my resort, it's only 1,500 annually, which is like 1,500 per week for 1 week stay. And in my friend's case, they can pay up to like 3,000 for 1 week stay. So, or maybe it depends, right? Because some people doing by points. But just keep in mind, it is for 1 week stay or for somebody who really has nothing to do in their job, or like retired people, or like, yeah. So it will work for some people, and that's like in that my pro side. And then remember, there's like a transfer week and transfer resort fees. That's what I mean. Like, so if you want to move from this resort to another resort, although they say like, oh yeah, it's like, it's easy, you can move anywhere you like, it's all over America. Yes, there's like about $200 extra that you need to pay. So you're talking about like 1,700 per week at least for your stay. And that's not including the time value of money that you paid in the beginning for the price of your property. Like, I would put a quotation mark on the property, because when I finally get rid of that property of mine that's supposed to be real estate, and I think real estate, technically, after 2 years owning it, I should not pay any tax on the sales, right? But this Westgate resort gave me like 1099G, like gambling 1099 income that I need to claim in my tax return. So it's like I need to claim that 2000 from the offer that my cousin wants to make in my tax income as 1099G gambling. That's like, this is not really a property. So that's another scamming, in my opinion. I'm not sure exactly if it's just this Westgate or the other timeshare is having the same. The other timeshare with the deeded timeshare has the same concept of like, once I buy it back, that whatever I buy back is a 1099G, because basically they don't really buy your property back without you paying the tax. So it's not really property, in my opinion. But either way, there's a pros. Of course, like greedy people getting greedy people like me. I want that $100 cash or Disney tickets, or I want that discounted hotels that I thought like this is a very good deal, but they put the price over there as like a check-up price, right? They just put like 4 times of the value. But if you get it through like orbitz.com or like priceline.com, something like that, discounted place, maybe you kind of paid about 60% less, 60% of the value, I would say. Because for example, my cruise is like $250 cruise per person. Because of this presentation, I only paid $200. So basically this presentation gave me like $150 less than the cruise that I will need to pay using like the other sites like Priceline or Orbitz or something like that. So so it's not like literally you got like $2,000 and you only pay like $200. It's not like that. It's like the value of the market value. That's why I put it as a fair market value. It's like the market value of that, instead of 2,000, usually it's around 800. So instead of paying 800, you're paying it like 400, or instead of like, yeah, something like that. Instead of like 700 or 600, you're paying it for 400. It depends where you're going. It depends on the time of the year, but it's about 60%. And at the end of the day, I would say you will save about $150 per person at the end of the day. From my past experience, taking like, I would say about a few, I would say about 5 or maybe more actually. In Orlando, I took a lot of timeshare presentations over the past 10 years. So I would say about maybe 10 or so, 10 presentations. But and another pros is like, especially with this Westgate, you can enjoy the day facilities. But if you move close by, because if you're like living far away, like where I'm in Texas, and then the Westgate is in Florida, it doesn't make sense to travel there to use the day facility. So that's the thing, that they just throw it there because they know you're not going to use it anyway. But if you move close by, if you work there, or you decided that, hey, I love Mickey Mouse too much that I want to stay in Orlando for the rest of my life, then it's worth it. And also, the last pro, if you have many family and friends that will always be available for your vacations, to go on vacations with you. That's the thing, like, it has to be with you. So you need to be there to enjoy that facilities. If not, they have a way for you to like transfer it, but that's another extra fees again. So and keep in mind, if you're not using this in that specific week, for example, in my case, it's like 1,500 per week on Christmas. Yes, it worth that much for Christmas, but for Thanksgiving, it won't worth that much, because I've seen the Thanksgiving price, and like people selling it for like $800 for a week. So which is already half of the price of my annual fee. Then why do I switch from my Christmas week to a Thanksgiving week that only worth half of the price, plus I need to pay at least $200 extra fee because it's a transfer week fee. So I would say that pros is like, if you have family and friends that will always go with you on Christmas, they have no other destinations that they want to go, they only want to be in the Disney World every single Christmas day for the rest of their lives and the rest of your family, children, then this is for you. If not, they will get your money, and then that maintenance will always go higher and higher. And if it's end up only you and your husband going without kids, because the kids already like somewhere else, like you're an empty nesters, then basically you're stuck with 2-bedroom resorts that just 2 of you gonna use for the rest of their lives, and you don't want your kids to be responsible for the commitments that you have on paying maintenance fee this much every year. So there you go. I hope this will help somebody to get rid of your Westgate Timeshare scammers, then to get out from it peacefully. And again, I think the best way is either you to donate it, or to find a buyer that will just lowball your timeshare price, and then Westgate will just buy it back, knowing that, hey, you already give me 80% of your money anyway. All right? Or 50% of your money, hopefully. Hope this will help. Good luck. Bye-bye.